I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out again. My future needed clarity.
Our Battlefield 5 giveaway PC spent some time away from us being displayed at PAX Australia. It has since arrived back with some minor damage and things that need to be fixed up before it gets sent to our winner. However, we are going to add some more custom work to it first. Battlefield 5 really sets the benchmark of dream real estate. I have always wanted a half-fallen dwelling that has a tank driven through it, creating scuff marks, burnt window sills, and a new door that allows me to park my car in the living room. Jokes aside, this is a huge representation of the Battlefield 5 game. We used our laser cutter to precisely cut and join pieces to create the typical dwelling you would find in Battlefield 5. We prepped the acrylic with a render primer to give it a gritty effect right before spray painting it with a creamy paperbark color, which is fairly common for some of the buildings you would see in game. Only ours at this point was extremely clean and 7 inches tall. My friends, as I said before, if you cannot fit a car in your living room, then the door needs modifying. We took a Dremel to the door and its surroundings. Now, it didn't turn out to be the Mona Lisa. However, our goal was to mimic the scenes where the tanks actually drive through the buildings through one side and out the other. Our tank unfortunately passed away during shipping. He broke a knee. If tanks driving through houses is not enough, we ran out of firewood. I thought that by taking a large portion of our house and setting it alight, it would debunk the winter chills. Little did I know, we had created burn marks typical of what you would see in game of a damaged building. Our Battlefield 5 sign was the next step in this process. Some people like signs on their doors, some like it on their fences, us on the PC. Again, we set up a laser cutter file to cut out the 2 layers of acrylic. The top layer being our lettering and the behind is the backing to secure the sign in place. To join the 2 layers, we did use an acrylic weld solution which melts and fuses the acrylic together. Terrain is a huge part of the Battlefield 5 franchise. I love rocky landscape and a puddle outside of my broken door, so I decided to do just that. Oh, and it seems that they like that over at Battlefield HQ as well. We used shaper sheet and cut out a slot to show the Battlefield sign. It is important to rough up the sheet and tape it down in places to secure the rocky terrain, or carpet, whatever you want to call it. The fabric on the shaper sheet soaks up the layer of plaster that we apply to harden the surface. As you can see, the PC has been fully prepped for spray, not a single speck of overspray in sight. We used the Dulux Granite Effect paint to add in some grit to represent dirt. Who would have thought I would be building a PC to be dirty? A few sprays of Rust-Oleum's Burnish Amber, and we have ourselves a fairly decent representation of a rocky, gritty surface. However, no terrain is complete without some scatter material. I applied a scatter material mix, heavily coating crevices and areas you would expect build-up in real life. A bit of greenery, and there we have my dream garden. Something that only needs a one-time watering with a PVA glue water mixture to stick it down. And the best part is it never needs a drink again. Of course, this wouldn't be a Battlefield 5 PC without the sign standing out. So we hand painted that white. Our PC needed some Battlefield 5 aesthetics on the outside of the case, and what better way to utilize the back panel to do this? It also helps to hide the cables a lot more. We printed this Battlefield 5 picture onto a glossy paper, cut out an acrylic clear window for the size of the paper, and then used body filler to join everything to the glass and to hold it in place. We also used our good old friend double-sided tape to help. Both sides of the glass were sprayed matte black with our image covered up to protect the acrylic window. Scatter material was applied as well as some Dulux Granite Effect paint. There is our back panel. Now the rest of the PC build is pretty straightforward. I will show you guys the rest of the time lapse, getting it up to the point of where we add in the next custom parts which you guys have not seen yet. So enjoy the time lapse.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you, like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change, but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Time of year carries memories, like a never fading whisper in the breeze. Oh, we will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing, just like another season. Don't want another day without you by my side. Oh, this season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season.
We felt like the build was a little dark and needed more light. The build also felt closed in from the framework that we created, so we decided to remove that and add in some more color to the GPU backplate. Our old friend Jeff the laser cutter cut the rectangle into 3mm acrylic ready for us to work with. We found some slop in a tin and dragged it out onto our acrylic. Applying the hardening agent to the bog, I made sure to mix it well and spread it in all different directions, keeping it bumpy to create a rocky surface. Once that was dry, a bit of Dulux granite effect gives it that grittiness, Rust-Oleum Ember gives it that dirty look, and pinches of scatter material fill in the crevices like you would see in real life. A bit of greenery to act as shrubs, and it's once in a lifetime PVA glue watering solution, and the back plate is complete. We had to pull apart everything to clean it and then spent some time on the cable management. You will notice we also installed 3 additional fans on the radiator for push-pull configuration. A radiator sandwich with extra fan. And lastly, we installed the backplate and some greenery.
without you. I remember myself, my name, forgot about all you tried to change. Familiar was the sound of your voice as I continue to walk on by. It has been a year and now I'm living on the line. It has been a year and now I'm thinking what's mine, that I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. Forgetful, I admit that I've lost my place. My memory's gone erased. Like a scratch, only the scar remains. For we are better apart from all the pain. Distant like the stars above. There's no love I cannot see. And in a moment, that's when I knew I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you.
Guys, I hope you all enjoyed this PC build video. If you did, remember to hit that subscribe button, leave a like down below, and consider leaving a comment down below. Did you like this style of video where I did a bit of talking throughout and a bit of time lapse as well? Let me know down below because I'm very curious to find out. Anyway, what do you guys think about this PC? It's finally finished and getting shipped off to the winner, I would say during the week sometime. The final build completed in the Cooler Master H500M case. We did open it up a lot more as well, so you could view the inside a lot more. And I feel like we've done a really good job with the case lighting as well. I think that the greenery really adds a bit of color to it as well, because the browns and that, there's sort of like a dirty neutral color and a darker color as well, so it doesn't really pop and stand out. And then of course the addition of the blue fans and the white fans, which I like to think represent the sky and things like that, as Battlefield 5 is primarily based on the environment and surroundings. You know, you've got the muddy battlefields, it's all outdoors, so you got the sky and things like that. So that's what we try to incorporate anyway, and that is our interpretation. Inside we do have a Gigabyte RTX 2070 on top of a Gigabyte Aorus motherboard and an Intel i5 9600K CPU. We do have 4 sticks of Gigabyte Windforce memory. 2 of them are actually dummy sticks and are there just to fill in the gaps to add that RGB bling inside. Now we also have a Gigabyte SSD which houses our OS for fast read and write speeds and boot times. The fans are also Cooler Master's addressable RGB fans, which are hooked up to the Gigabyte Fusion software, so we can control the RGB and everything like that. Anyway guys, that's enough from me. I hope you all enjoyed this build. Leave a like, consider subscribing, checking out more videos on the channel, lots of custom PCs, reviews, modding tutorials, and much more. And we'll see you all in the next one.